Hey traders, after you watch this video from the beginning to the end and you still have doubts about how to find your daily bias, then I think trading is not for you. I believe this video is going to be an eye-opener to you, especially if you don't skip it. Watch all the details that I'm going to show you and you will be on your way to actually finding daily bias, weekly bias, 4-hour bias more accurately. This video is going to be a continuation of the previous videos I've shown you guys in the past, but this is going to be more detailed, so to help you guys understand the daily bias, weekly bias, or any kind of bias that you want to actually find out. So if that is something you like, watch the video from the beginning to the end and give a like, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and also comment down below with your questions. Guys, let's not waste any time. Let's go on the screen and let's get started with this. Alright guys, so here on the screen I have drawn some two illustrations right here to show you how you can go about finding daily bias. Remember that this same procedure can be used to find weekly bias, monthly bias, 4-hour bias, or any other time frame bias. Just this example is for the daily time frame, for you to find the bias of the daily time frame. Now last time I showed you how to find bias on just that one specific time frame, that is to say the daily time frame or the 4-hour or whichever time frame you are on, right? But right now I want to show you how you can refine that approach to find the bias more accurately. So how do you go about this? You go about that by using a higher time frame to determine the direction and then use the current time frame on which you want to determine the bias to find actually the next day's bias. For example, here the daily time frame, you will be wanting to find out the bias of the next daily candle. So how do we go about this? What you want to do if you want to find the daily bias, you're going to look at the weekly chart. Make sure on the weekly time frame the market is creating higher highs and higher lows. For example, the market is pushing to the upside, it's creating a trend like this, okay? It should be creating a trend, higher highs and higher lows, right? So you should see a trend like that on the weekly chart. Now, the next thing you're going to do on the weekly chart is make sure that the most recent closed weekly candle, it has to be closed, not the open candle. Make sure you check the most recent closed weekly candle. For example, you check the last week's closed candle. Like if this week has closed, this candle here is a bullish candle. So if this candle is bullish, you know that that week closed a bullish week. Meaning that, for example, if this is the candle that closed before this one here opened, you know that if this candle closes, it has a very high chance to create another bullish week, which is going on for the next week. All right, so you have that in your mind that the bias is more likely to be bullish for the next week because the previous week closed bullish. So once the most recent closed weekly candle has closed bullish, then you also check the trend and make sure that the trend is going up, it's in an uptrend, or you can actually use a moving average. If the moving average, for example, a 20-period moving average that I always use is below the price like this, you know that that is an uptrend. So that is what you need to do on the weekly chart. Make sure on the weekly chart you're doing that. Also on the weekly chart, make sure that the most recent closed weekly candle, for example, let's assume that this one here is the most recent closed weekly candle, okay, this one. So you must make sure that the previous week, this one here, did not have its 50% range of its close and its low broken. For example, right, this is its close right here, that is its close, and then this is its low right here, so that is its low. So if you get a Fibonacci and then you draw a Fibonacci, for example, from the high to this low here, you'll be able to see where the 50% is, okay? And then if you put a line here at the 50% of that Fibonacci, that candle's range, all right, you'll be able to see where the market should not close below. For example, here, this previous candle, its wick did not even reach the 50% of that range which we have marked. You don't mark the high and low, mark the close and the low for the bullish candle, and then put a range, a 50% range line right here. So make sure that this most recent weekly candle which has closed has not broken below this range like this. If it breaks below that range, then the probability of it continuing bullish may become very low. Okay, it might create a reversal. So if the market did not break that candle's 50% range like here, then you know that that week closed a very strong bullish week. Then after that, you come now to the daily time frame like this, and also check on the daily time frame and see where the market is going. If the market is also creating higher highs and higher lows on the daily chart, for example, it's creating an uptrend on the daily chart, you also check the previous day's candle which has closed. Let's assume this candle here was the candle that has closed. If it is bullish, then this next candle here which is going to close, the one you are going to use to determine the next day's candles bias, make sure that that candle does not break the 50% range between its close on top and its low like here, right? So this is the area you want to check using Fibonacci, right? So you draw Fibonacci from here to that low and then look at the 50% range. Now that area inside that 50% range, right, is the area you're going to use to determine. So make sure that this candle which has just closed, this one, its wick did not break that 50% range like this. If it does that, the probability reduces. Okay, so you want to make sure at least it is above this line here, okay, for you to consider this a very strong bullish close of that candle. So once this candle closes like this with those conditions I've told you, you know that the next day's bias is going to be bullish. So that is how you determine daily bias using this technique here. This is a more detailed way for you to do that. Now, how you determine that is also using a moving average. Make sure the moving average also is below the price like this, the 20-period moving average. That will give you a very high confirmation that the next day's candle will also push bullish. HFM is a multi-asset broker that has got so many awards and they have so many accounts. All right, it is regulated in many jurisdictions, giving you peace of mind as you trade that you will always get your payout once you make your profits. All right, also they have different account types to accommodate all traders at all levels. They have a cent account, zero spread account, pro account, premium account, and pro plus accounts. These pro plus accounts, pro accounts, and premium accounts are the best accounts that you can use because they give you the tightest spreads. Use the link in the description to sign up with HFM today so that you can actually be considered. When I start doing copy trading, you guys will be considered so that you can be able to copy the trades that I take on your own accounts using HFM. So guys, take opportunity of that and get started with HFM. It's a very good broker that I've been using. It is trusted and it is not a scam broker. Now, the reason why we use 2 time frames in this is to give us a stronger confluence, because a higher time frame holds more market gravity. I showed you guys how to use market gravity, the theory that I myself developed called market gravity, to determine the trend of the market and determine the direction of the market. So in this case, we are looking at the weekly time frame, which holds much more mass of candles than the daily time frame. So as you guys know, in astrophysics or planetary science, a larger body which has more mass holds more gravity and therefore has more influence on other smaller bodies within its vicinity or within its gravity well. You know, those large bodies create all the warp space and they create a gravity well around them. So smaller bodies will always gravitate towards those larger bodies because the larger bodies have more mass. Okay, so you can apply the same principle in trading. So the weekly chart, inside of it has many candles, which means it holds more mass than the daily time frame, which means that the daily time frame is going to be influenced by the weekly time frame. So whatever happens on the daily time frame is being influenced by the weekly time frame. So the weekly time frame's mass is actually creating a gravity well, or what you would call a price well, which is causing the daily time frame to fall within the weekly time frame's movement. So I hope you guys understand that, right? If you don't understand that, give me a comment down below. I'll give you more explanation on that if you want to know how to use market gravity in that sense, right? So if you go and look at this on a real chart, let me just remove these drawings. If we go on the real chart right here, and then you look at what what I'm talking about, you will actually see that it does work. When you go, for example, on the weekly chart, you first go on the weekly chart here to determine the bias. On the weekly chart, for example, here, if you go on the weekly chart, this candle here, which is a doji, is currently printing on this weekly time frame, this doji, right? And this, I'm recording this on a Friday, which means this week is closing as a doji. Right, but let's consider the previous weeks. Now let's just look at this movement here, these red candles here, right? So you can see that these candles here, these red candles here, are moving down consecutively. So if you consider this by just looking at this and looking at market structure, you see that this is a reversal. The market is reversing here. You can then use a Fibonacci, as I've shown you. You can use a Fibonacci here on this previous candle. You can draw, for example, on its high, okay, draw on its high. This is for a bearish example. The one I was showing you was a bullish example, but it works also on a bearish market. So you can do this, and then you use a Fibonacci in between those two lines, like this, okay, and then put a line or a horizontal ray on the 50% mark of that candle, like that, and then you can now remove this Fibonacci. You can remove the Fibonacci like this, okay, and then let's put back this high line right here. So now this middle line here is the line that you are going to use to determine that the market is going to continue. So this candle, you can see this candle did not go inside of that or above this middle line, but it just pulled back inside there, where you could get a trade here using the one candlestick strategy to trade this candle down. What I wanted to show you is that since this candle closed like this, it means now you can determine the daily bias based on this candle, because this candle did not close above this 50% range of a Fibonacci of that previous candle. And this is a downtrend on a weekly chart for gold. At the moment, it is trending down for almost 3 weeks. So you can now go on a lower time frame or the daily time frame and use this candle here, this candle's close here, to determine the daily bias, because now you know the weekly bias is bearish. Just mark this candle's close at the bottom and mark it high like that, and also put a 50% mark on that range so that you can use that to determine daily bias. So you can put it on the 50% range like here, right, and then delete the Fibonacci tool like this, right? And then after you've done this, what you do, you go on the daily chart. You can see on the daily chart that this is the entire week, current week of this recording of this video. So we have Monday, you can see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So the bias of this week is also bearish. It is not bullish. That's why you see the market is stuck here. It's not going up above this area here. It is a bearish bias. But what I wanted to show you is how you would determine the bias of the daily candles. So on Monday, when the market opened, you see that there was a bearish day here on Monday. Because you saw the weekly candle is bearish, the next week also has to be bearish. That is the bias. But now to determine the daily bias, you look at the most recent closed candle on Friday, which is this one here, was the last candle on Friday, which was bearish. So you can also use that candle there now to determine the bias of the Monday candle, which is this one. So the bias was bearish. As you can see, this candle also closed bearish. You could actually get profit on that candle, right? And then you can now see that the next day's candles are bullish, because they break, this candle breaks, this bullish candle breaks this candle's 50% Fibonacci range. So it changes the bias from bearish to bullish. As you can see, the next day's candle closes bullish, because this previous candle destroyed the bearish bias from this previous candle, which had continued the previous week's bearish momentum because of this candle right here. All right, then you can see now this candle here, after it breaks this green candle's 50% range, this one here, it now creates a bearish bias to continue lower. So you can use the weekly and the daily chart in unison to determine the bias of the next candles. I hope this video, guys, will give you more insight. Now, with that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Give your likes, comments down below, and also please, guys, let's push this channel to new heights. Let's go. I'll see you guys in the next video. Till next time, peace and out.